What's up, everybody? Well, I got another, first video that's not just Cyberpunk testing it out. First video of the new, I believe it's $743 gaming PC. And man, this thing was a bitch to put together, but it's finally sort of working. The only thing I can't do, surprisingly, is activate Windows. I went, bought a key, and it gives me some stupid rigmarole of, nope, you have to use Windows Home, so go reinstall Windows, because you went and bought a Pro key, and nope, you can't use that, sorry. So I was like, nope, okay, well, fuck yourself. I don't need Windows activated. Don't care about themes or any of that shit. We're just benchmarking on this thing. And if the watermark ever comes, well, then we'll just get rid of it through some means. That's all I'll say about that. Because I already bought it, I gave them their money, I should be activated, but I'm not, so they can basically go fuck themselves as far as I'm concerned. So, we're gonna just go ahead and benchmark. So we're gonna do the 3 games that I couldn't do, starting with the most important one, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. I wanted to do this when it first came out, and I figured we were just gonna drop a processor in that old system and be ready to go, but man, did it turn into a fiasco. But I think we ended up with a much better and much cooler looking system anyway. But with that said, let's hop on in, let's see how Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced plays on this thing. Hopefully, it should be a pleasant experience, and we'll also get to see if it crashes, blue screens, or does anything randomly restarts, or any of that goofy nonsense. So this will be a nice experience.
Well, alright. This is gonna take a while. We got quite a few of these to go over, but hey, I decided since I can only do 5 at a time, might as well do a bunch of settings on all the other ones, and now this one is done, so we can include it too. Though it's starting to look like at some points it wasn't gonna work, but nope, I persevered. I'm stubborn as hell. But anyway, we're gonna start out 1080p and work our way up to 4K. But alright, let's go run a bench, shall we? So, we got 55 average, 33 minimum, and 83 max. There's all of our stuff over there. We got our game settings. But alright, so can't quite hit a constant 60, but I wasn't really expecting it to, even at 1080p with ray tracing and all that stuff.
Hold fast! She's on us! Can you see her? Man the cannons! Our helmsman's dead! Someone take the wheel! Bring us close, Kenway! We need to fight to the end! Flames! Get in there, you mongrel!
Is it dangerous?
Damn! Follow and I'll kill you!
Come on, mate. We're off to a bad start. We could work together on this. It's 100 leagues or more to Havana. Will you walk that distance?
So, we're going to try it with some upscaling, although a lot of the times it doesn't help that awful much at 1080p, but hey, we're going to at least try quality. I wouldn't really go too much lower than that at 1080p base anyway. Now once you start cranking up to the 1440p's and the 4Ks and all that, then you can start using the lower ones. That's exactly what they're for. Alright though, let's go see a quick bench and we'll see if I was right or not. We probably won't get that much more FPSs. Well, alright, it actually did better than I thought. We got 10 extra FPS basically. So, now we at least get 60 average, but it will drop under in cities and all that stuff still. But it did that on every single resolution I tried, so I feel like that's just the cost of resolution on a system, or ray tracing on a system like this. But hey, let's go do some gameplay.
Keep your distance!
Gosh, git. Where's he running to?
So, now, let's of course try with ray tracing off, because a lot of people with systems like this would say, hi, I'll know I'm not running no ray tracing. And that's probably the better way to go. Yeah, I mean, even though I use it in my settings, when I do my settings, I probably wouldn't really do that, but I know a lot of people would really like the ray tracing, so I was like, well, let's try to incorporate it. But that is what stopped us from getting 60 everywhere, although who knows, maybe even without ray tracing on, there'd be some spots where we would still drop under, you know? Like in towns and stuff. Those are notoriously hard to run in Assassin's Creed games, after all. Well, interesting. It got the exact same FPS that we got with ray tracing and DLSS on quality. But now that we've turned ray tracing off, we can pretty much match what we got before. So like I said, ray tracing gets you some FPS, but at least in this one, it's not like 30 FPS difference, like some of those games can be.
Forget what I said. We can start over.
You vulture!
This one vanishes into shadow. And now we've drawn swords, mate. I'm beginning to think you're not keen on my aid.
My business bears greater purpose than a thief like you could comprehend. I warned you.
Why the ill temper? Hiding something? We don't have to fight. Let's make a deal.
Filthy cutpurse!
That looks painful.
Die, you leech!
Your last mistake, mate.
Senor Duncan Walpole, I accept your most generous offer and await your arrival with eagerness. If you truly possess the information we desire, we have the means to reward you handsomely. Though I will not know your face by sight, I believe I can recognize the costume made infamous by your secret order. Therefore, come to Havana in haste, and trust that you shall be welcomed as a brother. Su más humilde servidor, el gobernador Laureano Torres y Ayala.
Mr. Walpole, let's collect your reward.
So now let's see what we can get with a little upscaling in the mix. If we matched what ray tracing got with upscaling's help last time, now we should at least get like, I don't know, probably around 70 something, I would guesstimate. Could be wrong, but hey, let's go run to the bench. That's one way we're gonna know. Well, as soon as we get done with these things. I think I was a little slow on this one. Luckily I yacked enough and saw this, otherwise I probably would have done one of those stupid things where I thought I was done running through and then just skipped a whole settings screen. Well, all right, it actually did a little better. I thought I was gonna get like 70, 69, something like that, and it got 73. So, not bad at all. I mean, if it got a minimum of 49, that does mean that there's probably going to be some spots we still would drop, even without ray tracing or any of that stuff. Whether we're at 1080p, slightly under 1080p, I don't know what quality DLSS would be at 1080p. I'm terrible at guessing all those. The only ones I know are 4Ks, and even those I think I mess up sometimes. But I'd say that's probably more than good. Why don't we go ahead, hop on into the game.
That schooner'll do me just fine. If only I can preserve some of its crew.
Destination is Havana. I'm just a merchant.
Quiet, you bleeding pirate! You'll hang for the mess you made out there!
Nothing to do with this attack. My crew and I have merely anchored to water and resupply.
Hold it! Stop them! Give me one reason I shouldn't vent your skull.
Take my sugar. Take anything you like. Oh! By God's grace, sir, you saved me. A profusion of thanks.
Is that yours?
It is my vessel, yes. But here lies its poor captain, and I have no art for sailing.
I can pilot her myself, no mind.
You don't mean to abscond with my ship, do you?
I'm Duncan. What's your name, friend?
Steed Bonnet.
Well, Mr. Bonnet, let this stay twixt us. But I'm on a secret errand for His Majesty the King, God save him, and I must get to Havana with speed.
Ah, that is a relief, sir. Havana is also my destination. Our ways lie together.
Natural allies, then.
You put me at ease, sir. To think I took you for a pirate when you first appeared.
Did you?
Yes. You have uncommon way of handling yourself. Quick and easy, if I may say. Gave me quite a fright. But all things considered, I think it's turned out to be a rather fortuitous day, hasn't it?
So now I figured real quick, this is just what I would probably run. Hey, what the hell? How'd that happen? We don't want that. We got NVIDIA. We don't need to run FSR. Hopefully I didn't accidentally run FSR on one of these by accident. I don't know how the heck that even got changed. But here's what I would run. Oh, actually no, there's one thing I would change. I thought I changed this. I'm gonna apply it, and if I have to restart, we'll restart. Let's see. If I hit, let's just hit reply. Apply. Nope, this time it doesn't require a restart. That's what I like. This game tells you and just restarts. I like that. With all the settings that require it anyway. So of course, not perfect, but we got 68 average, which is at least average, more than enough for most people. But we did have some spots, especially when you get to Havana and stuff, where you're gonna drop here and there under 60. It's just the mid 50s to high 50s though, so most people probably wouldn't even notice unless they had a FPS monitor in the corner and were just staring at it the whole time. Then of course you'd notice.
Duncan here. Welcome aboard, Duncan. She's a modest schooner, but well suited to my purpose, trafficking cargo from my plantation and such.
She'll do fine.
If you are so inclined, you may steer her yourself. My helmsman and quartermaster were among those killed.
Ready yourselves, lads. The Spanish Navy hunts in packs, and we make for Havana.
Ahoy!
Has a good feel. We'll first strike to half sail to get ourselves moving.
Ah, there's a tug of the wind at my hair. I find a bracing comfort in the feel and smell of the ocean. The raw stink of possibility.
That's a top way of seeing it, mate. There's a strong wind now. Let's strike to full, shall we?
We've really opened it up now, haven't we? Ha ha! Oh, what a magnificent creature! You're a natural sailor, Duncan.
So now we're going to do the whole thing all over again at 1440. So we'll start off with just native 1440 with some upscaling and all that. I don't think, obviously, it's not going to go 60 FPS if we couldn't even do it at 1080, but we're still going to see what it can do because it might stay over 30, and that's more than enough for some. And of course, we'll do the same thing as before. We'll try upscaling and all that stuff too, turning ray tracing off, and then I'll do what settings I'd run at the end. And then move on to 4K. So we got 48. So like I suspected, we did stay over 30 most of the time. I'm sure there was a spot here and there where we dropped under, otherwise we wouldn't have gotten 27 minimum there. But it's not going to be a very common occurrence. But alrighty, why don't we go ahead and hop on into the game.
She's on us!
Can you see her? Man the cannons!
Our helmsman's dead! Someone take the wheel! Bring us close, Kenway! It's least us right to the end! Fire! We'll give a good broadside! Ready! The magazine! It's going out! Douse the flames! Get in there, you mongrel!
It.
Damn!
Come on, mate. We're off to a bad start. We could work together on this. It's 100 leagues or more to Havana. Will you walk that distance?
So now we'll try with some upscaling, and now that we're at 1440p, you can at least use a little one down. Balance usually works okay at 1440, but at 1440 I still don't like going any lower than that. Like, I try to usually just go with quality with almost everything, but sometimes you gotta suck up your pride on these older systems and run a little bit lower one. Just don't do it at 1080p. From my experience, it just kind of kills your FPS in a lot of other areas. And not kills it, but just kills your game experience. Like, the graphics look like shit and you're still not getting the FPS you want. It's happened to me so many times with these weaker systems. So I'm just like, okay, you know what? Let's just suck it up and put on some upscaling, and half the time it works. Unless we're at 1080p, then I do quality, and sometimes you get an FPS or two, sometimes you don't. It's hit or miss. So we got 66 average now, so definitely playable FPS as far as I'm concerned. But of course, just like on 1080p, we still are going to drop under into the 50s here and there, but that's okay. Doesn't really bother me that much on a system like this anyway. But hey, why don't we go ahead, hop on back on into the game, see what it can do, and then we'll try turning the ray tracing on off and just see what we can get.
Keep your distance!
Posh git. Where's he running to?
So, now we're going to turn ray tracing off, going back to native 1440, see what we can get. Obviously, we're not going to get 60 just by doing that. We seem to get about 10 FPS at 1080 every time we turned it off. So, should be similar on here, but who knows? Maybe it's a little more, maybe it's a little less FPS. I guess we'll find out when we get done with the benches. Because I think we got, what was it, 48 or something like that before, or 43? But alright, it is benchmark time. Alright, we got 54 this time. So, still not super great, but for some, playable. And technically still a much better experience than we were getting before. Anytime we get closer to 60, I'm even happier. And the further away from 30, the better. At least for me. Some people are totally okay with 30, and they could play all day long at 30, even with drops into the 20s. But not me. I like my 60 plus. But I can still play without it, I just prefer it that way. But anyway, let's go do some gaming.
Forget what I said. We can start over.
Off, you vulgar!
This one vanishes into shadow. And now we've drawn swords, mate. I'm beginning to think you're not keen on my aid.
My business bears greater purpose than a thief like you could comprehend. I warned you.
Why the ill temper? Hiding something? We don't have to fight. Let's make a deal.
Filthy cutpurse!
That looks painful.
Die, you leech!
Senor Duncan Walpole, I accept your most generous offer and await your arrival with eagerness. If you truly possess the information we desire, we have the means to reward you handsomely. Though I will not know your face by sight, I believe I can recognize the costume made infamous by your secret order. Therefore, come to Havana in haste. and trust that you shall be welcomed as a brother. Su más humilde servidor, el gobernador Laureano Torres y Ayala.
Mr. Walpole, let's collect your reward.
So if we got 54 without any upscaling, maybe we can get, you know, well, we should be able to get over 60. But how many? Will we get 64, 68? I guess we'll find out, won't we? But first, we have to get through all this. Sometimes I feel like I accidentally forget a second screen and I just talk too fast because I don't want to yak too awful long most of the time. Sometimes I still do. But alright, let's do a binge. So we got 74 FPS actually. So not too bad at all. I think we got like 68. Or something like that before. But I think technically this is lower resolution than quality upscaling was even at 1080p base. But anyway, why don't we get to some gaming?
Rock. That schooner'll do me just fine. If only I can preserve some of its crew.
Destination is Havana. I'm just a merchant.
Quiet, you bleeding pirate! You'll hang for the mess you made out there.
Sir, I had nothing to do with this attack. My crew and I are simply anchored to water and resupply.
Hold it! Stop them!
Give me one reason I shouldn't vent your skull.
Take my sugar. Take anything you like. Ah! By God's grace, sir, you saved me. A profusion of thanks.
Is that yours?
It is my vessel, yes. But here lies its poor captain, and I have no art for sailing.
I can pilot her myself, no mind.
You don't mean to abscond with my ship, do you?
I'm Duncan. What's your name, friend?
Steed Bonnet.
Well, Mr. Bonnet, let this stay twixt us. But I'm on a secret errand for His Majesty the King, God save him, and I must get to Havana with speed.
Oh, that is a relief, sir. Havana is also my destination. Our ways lie together.
Natural allies, then.
You put me at ease, sir. To think I took you for a pirate when you first appeared.
Did you?
Yes. You have uncommon way of handling yourself. Quick and easy, if I may say. Gave me quite a fright. But all things considered, I think it's turned out to be a rather fortuitous day, hasn't it? Lacking a rowboat, I'm afraid we'll have to swim to my ship.
Hardly the...
So, now, just like last time, on 1080p, I figured I'd show you guys what I'd run. Although, one thing I honestly probably wouldn't turn on is the ray tracing, but just for you guys, and I know people online want to see stuff with ray tracing and all that, I'll turn it on. But in reality, I would probably turn it either off or maybe just do standard. But for my testing standard, only nets you like 5 FPS, so I mean, that's not really that big of a deal most of the time, so best to just turn it off and get the full 10, or keep it on and deal with a couple drops here and there under 60. But hey, let's go see what it can do in a bench. Well, funny enough, I think we got the same exact FPS we got with my settings at 1080p. Who knows, maybe it is the exact same resolution on both. But either way, at least we got playable averages. But just like before, we do drop under 60 here and there, especially in places like Havana or any of the other cities we might visit. I can't remember in this one how many you visit, but either way, let's go jump on into the game.
You lot that I'm back. You can thank Duncan here. Welcome aboard, Duncan. She's a modest schooner, but well suited to my purpose, trafficking cargo from my plantation and such.
She'll do fine.
If you are so inclined, you may steer her yourself. My helmsman and quartermaster were among those killed.
Ready yourselves, lads. The Spanish Navy hunts in packs, and we make for Havana.
Ahoy!
Has a good feel. We'll first strike to half sail to get ourselves moving.
Ah, there's a tug of the wind at my hair. I find a bracing comfort in the feel and smell of the ocean. The raw stink of possibility.
That's a top way of seeing it, mate. There's a strong wind now. Let's strike to full, shall we?
We've really opened it up now, haven't we? Ha ha! Oh, what a magnificent creature!
Well, I absolutely would not consider this a 4K GPU. Even when it came out, I kind of was like, huh, that's a little weird. I wouldn't call it that. Not enough VRAM and all that. But hey, it actually hasn't really screwed me over on any of the games I've tested at 4K with VRAM. So I guess that's all good. But we're going to test it anyway. Now, you're probably not going to get playable FPS like this at all, but hey, we're going to run it and see. Maybe it'll get playable enough FPS for someone. Well, alright, we averaged a whopping 30 FPS, and I'm not going to lie, this kind of felt like running it on high mode on the allies and whatnot. Like, some people could find it playable, but to me it was not a very pleasant experience. But then again, I'm used to a lot higher FPS and all this other shit, so just because it's not good enough for me does not mean it won't be good enough for anyone, so we're still going to jump in and get a little gameplay.
She's on us!
Can you see her? Man the cannons!
Our helmsman's dead! Someone take the wheel! Bring us close to this legal fight to the end! Fire! We'll give a good broadside! Ready! The magazine! It's going out! Douse the flames! Get in there, you mongrel!
Is it dangerous? Edward.
Damn!
Follow and I'll kill you!
Come on, mate. We're off to a bad start. We could work together on this. It's 100 leagues or more to Havana. Will you walk that distance?
Alright, so now we're going to do some upscaling, and now you can actually use performance. This is exactly what it's kind of used for when you're trying to play on a system like this. It's a little old, but you still want to play like on a 4K TV or something like that, or who knows, maybe your monitor's 4K still and you just don't want to upgrade yet. But if I remember correctly, we do at least get pretty decent FPS now. Not quite as much on some of the other systems, but still. Why don't we go hop on in and let's go do a bench, see what it can do, and then get some gameplay. Well, alright, never mind. It actually wasn't that far off. Got 68 FPS, which I think is actually what I got for my settings a couple of times when I did like my settings at the very end of all the various resolutions. So I wonder what this one will get when we get to that part. Either way, definitely very playable FPS, but just like always, we'll have some drops under 60, but it is what it is.
Keep your distance!
Gosh, Git. Where's he running to?
So, we're going to now go ahead and turn ray tracing off, go back to native 4K, which still doesn't go especially well, but we at least get a couple more FPSs out of it. But if you're going to try to play 4K on a game like this, you basically have to have upscaling on. I mean, unless you're okay with 30 FPS and a lot of drops, or in this case, I think closer to 40, mid-30s to 40, with still some drops under 30, I do believe. Hey, let's go hop on, do a benchmark, and then we'll go see what it can do in an actual game. So, we averaged 37, so close to 40, but not that much. And if we average 34, that's a whopping 7 more FPS, so... But hey, made it a little bit more playable at least. But hey, let's hop in, see what it can do real quick, and then we'll see what it can do with a little DLSS.
Forget what I said. We can start over.
Shut off, you vulture!
This one vanishes into shadow. And now we've drawn swords, mate. I'm beginning to think you're not keen on my aid.
My business bears greater purpose than a thief like you could comprehend. I warned you.
Why the ill temper? Hiding something? We don't have to fight. Let's make a deal.
Filthy cutpurse!
That looks painful.
Die, you leech!
Senor Duncan Walpole, I accept your most generous offer and await your arrival with eagerness. If you truly possess the information we desire, we have the means to reward you handsomely. Though I will not know your face by sight, I believe I can recognize the costume made infamous by your secret order. Therefore, come to Havana in haste, and trust that you shall be welcomed as a brother. Su más humilde servidor, el gobernador Laureano Torres y Ayala.
Mr. Walpole, let's collect your reward.
So, now we're going to go ahead and turn on some DLSS. Kind of curious what it'll get now for FPS. Probably in the 70s, I would guess. kind of like some of the other systems did. I think what the other ones got like 74 last time at 1440p, 78. I can't remember. Did too many dang things on this one. But all right, that is the bottom. Let's go do a quick bench. Well, all right, it still got 71. I think we got like 74 or something like that at 1440p with the DLSS and all that stuff. Either way, I'd say that's probably more than good. Obviously, if I ever go too fast on a screen like this where I'm not moving around, you can give it a good old pause. But I think it's time to do some gameplay.
That schooner'll do me just fine. If only I can preserve some of its crew.
Destination is Havana. I'm just a merchant. Quiet, you bleeding pirate! You'll hang for the mess you made out there. Sir, I had nothing to do with the attack. My crew and I had merely anchored to water and resupply. Hold it! Stop them!
Give me one reason I shouldn't vent your skull.
Take my sugar! Take anything you like! By God's grace, sir, you saved me. A profusion of thanks.
Is that yours?
It is my vessel, yes. But here lies its poor captain, and I have no art for sailing.
I can pilot her myself, no mind.
You don't mean to abscond with my ship, do you?
I'm Duncan. What's your name, friend?
Stede Bonnet.
Well, Mr. Bonnet, let this stay twixt us. But I'm on a secret errand for His Majesty the King, God save him, and I must get to Havana with speed.
Ah, that is a relief, sir. Havana is also my destination. Our ways lie together.
Natural allies, then.
You put me at ease, sir. To think I took you for a pirate when you first appeared.
Did you?
Yes. You have uncommon way of handling yourself. Quick and easy, if I may say. Gave me quite a fright. But all things considered, I think it's turned out to be a rather fortuitous day, hasn't it?
So, now we're going to do my settings that I'd run if I was going to like play this on a TV or something like that, or some 4K screen. Obviously, I'm going to have to rely on upscaling, but I'd turn the ray tracing back on here, just like I did on the rest of them. Now, truthfully, I probably wouldn't if I was playing it just by myself or whatever, but I figured people on YouTube want to see the ray tracing, so that's what we're going to do. So let's go run a bench, and then we'll go get some gameplay. So we got average of 70 FPS now. So, not too bad at all. I think that's actually a little bit better than I got on some of the other systems. On some of those, didn't I only average in the 60s? I think it was like 68 or 69 on those two. But, hey, got a little bit more. Obviously, you're still going to drop into the 50s in certain circumstances, but for the most part, we stay at 60 plus, which is exactly what I want. But alrighty, let's go and do a little gameplay, and then we'll even do some camera record gameplay as usual too. Probably just leave it at 4K with the settings they are here, but obviously I'll say something. If not,
To happen.
I'm back. You can thank Duncan here. Welcome aboard, Duncan. She's a modest schooner, but well suited to my purpose, trafficking cargo from my plantation and such.
She'll do fine.
If you are so inclined, you may steer her yourself. My helmsman and quartermaster were among those killed.
Ready yourselves, lads.
Alrighty, let's get ourselves a little camera recording.
There's a tug of the wind at my hair. I find a bracing comfort in the feel and smell of the ocean. The raw stink of possibility.
That's a top way of seeing it, mate.
Sailing on the boat.
There's a strong wind now. Let's strike to full, shall we?
We've really opened it up now, haven't we? Ha ha! Oh, what a magnificent creature!
Heck yeah. But once we get to Havana, we're going to get lots of drops under 60. I'm assuming.
You're a natural sailor, Duncan.
I did a decent trick at the helm some time ago. 2 years before the mast as a privateer.
Dash my buttons. Your life seems a grand one, if I may say. So full of adventure. How marvelous.
Yeah, it looks
I've
like
seen
yours
my
is pretty
share of
good, too.
strangeness, aye.
You just got held captive.
Lively Havana. I've been here once before. It was a truly awful pleasure.
See someone you know?
No. Just putting on a friendly face. I shouldn't want to be mistaken for a pirate again.
Right. Flash rogue like yourself must be cautious.
Yeah.
Which was just like the 2070 Super. Lots of times we stayed above 60, but then we'd have times where we dropped to 57 or 54
Mad to think
every
Spain
once
and
in a
England were at
while.
war 2 years ago, isn't it? Here I am.
Nothing very
bartering with
frustrating
Spaniards
can't
like
fix
they were
though.
my cousins. Something wrong, Duncan?
No, it's nothing. Sand in my hampers. So where's the best squad in town? I'm dying for a quick kip.
Or a siesta.
Or a siesta, should I say.
I'm just headed to a public house now to meet some merchants. I could show you the way.
Well, lead on.
I hope
It
you'll
would suck
tarry
to
a
have
bit
to
while
wear
I
that
conduct my
hood
meeting.
in this heat.
It'd be a great relief to have a man of your stature nearby in case of a misunderstanding.
I can hang about. I might have a drink.
Splendid. A drink.
Those two won't be having one anytime
Gracious.
soon. Ha
What a revolting sight.
They don't take kindly to pirates here, do they?
That's awesome.
Wonder
I
how
did
many
not do
stolen
that.
reals bought these men this
The game
purge.
was just like, oh, he wants to look at the other things. Let's look at these
Debe
girls'
esos modales,
asses.
señor.
Although back then, I think they used to put stuff in their dress to make it look like they
Hola,
had a bigger
ladies.
ass.
You don't know these women, do you?
No, they charge money for that kind of privilege. Few dozen reals for every hour of knowing. Keen to meet them.
No, goodness no. I'm a married man.
Those the ones they
Married
like
man of that
best, my
full
good
game, mate.
boy. Can I grab that? I know I can grab it. Yeah,
I should
there's
acquire
couple
a blade
things
for
you grab
myself,
here.
Duncan. Just as you have. Perhaps a small dagger would suit me.
See, he's already talking
Oh,
about getting
we'll
a
be
dagger,
quite the
and then he
pair,
goes
you
and
and
like,
I.
"Well, I have
Twin
left
devils."
for a dagger later," like he's sad about it. And
Maybe
that's what
I'll
you
buy a
originally
sword too.
wanted.
We'll both jump rank.
What is he talking about?
Lend us a few reals then. I did save your skin.
Ah, of course.
Cheers.
What's in your mind then?
Oh, I just want some fine weaponry, my good sir. Ah, this'll do fine. Obviously, I'm much more of a katana man myself, but hey,
That's a better fit for me.
he is
How do
obviously
you
a
fare?
swashbuckler.
I had only enough for a small knife, sadly. Still, it'll do in a pinch.
Or a poke.
Oh, puffer duff.
Oh, puffer duff.
I have led us astray, Duncan.
Oh, no matter. I'll get us a better view. What are we looking for?
A tavern with a sort of courtyard interior.
All right, right on.
My goodness, you're an agile chap.
Every finger's a fishhook. That's how you tell a true sailor.
Yes, a fine way to put it.
I think I see the place. We're not far.
Hey, fuck you. Get away from my friend's money. Or technically my money.
I can't
Don't
I'm
make me
probably
chase
gonna
you into the
spend it all.
harbor.
Stop.
Get yourself, get your ass back here. I'll get you.
Stop or
back
I'll
here.
break your knees when I catch you.
Oh, I'll do more than just break your knees. Get over here, you little bitch. I'll teach you to steal someone's money. Come here. Here, how about some of that, and that, and finish it off with that. Done.
You robbed
I'll
the
be
wrong
taking that
man,
back,
mate.
thank you.
A fellow with dangerous friends.
Exactly. Ooh, man.
That's a heavy purse, Mr. Bonnet.
Duncan! By Jove, you're alive!
Of course I am. That filch was no fuss.
Hold on, hold on. I want to talk to you. I want to feed the chickens.
Ah! Did you
well, I guess
catch
we gotta
that
talk to
rogue?
you. I want to
Aye.
feed the damn chickens. It's
And
more
I'll be
important.
buying the first round with the money I pulled off him.
Oh, wonderful. First my ship, then my purse. It's twice you've saved me now, Duncan.
Hungry, huh? And don't forget your skin. I saved that too.
Yeah, thrice then. Very good.
Out of the way!
But in any
my
case,
word.
I do believe it is
Havana
time
goes
to
like
wrap
that all the
on
time.
up.
Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced on the 10700k and RTX 3080 PC. It's a $443 PC now. Not too bad though for how it performs, I don't think. And we were able to get very playable FPS on it, just like we were on the 2070 Super build. Obviously that one I don't think we could use even any ray tracing, and we were only trying for 1080p, and I think we still relied on upscaling in the end. So this one still won by quite a bit. That one might have gotten a few more FPSs in some spots, but still, this one looks better. It had the ray tracing. And ray tracing in this game, at least in the puddles, looks pretty noticeable. Now, is it worth the big performance hit? I don't know, but I figured people would like to see it, so I include it in my settings. But generally speaking, on all those things that are like more mid-range and lower, I would personally just not use ray tracing or use very little, because they're older, especially the 2070 Super. That thing already was struggling when it was out. Now with newer games, it's like, haha, you're funny. And same thing with this one. It's like a little bit better because it's a newer version and a generation newer and a step up in GPU, but even it, as you saw, can struggle getting 60 everywhere. But we were 60 plus way more than we were under, just like with the 2070 Super build. So I am more than happy with that, especially after all my battles. Imagine, who knows, maybe for the 10400F, we would have struggled to get 60 on anything, for all we know, because it could have been super CPU heavy for all the freaking people in the cities. But anyway, sorry, outro's getting long as shit. Time to wrap up so I can go get started on the next game that I couldn't do because it was down. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. Still can't peace out with that hand, but I'm working on it. And if I can get these computers all to work eventually, I can get my dang finger working eventually. Or at least that's what I tell myself. Either way, left-handed peace out, and until the next video.